Hello and welcome to RA versus the World. You clicked on a video about Eki stamps in Japan. I've collected a lot of Eki stamps from Japan, and some of the Eki stamps here are from Taiwan, like these ones. Oops. Like these ones. These are from Taiwan. I've also included the Eki stamps from Japan in the same notebook. And so for today, let's talk about Eki stamps. But before we do that, let's talk about what Eki stamps are. So stamps are called Eki stamps because they are located in train stations. Sometimes it's easy to spot where they are. Sometimes you do have to ask around. For example, maybe a cleaner at the airport, somebody who works at the not the airport, sorry, the train station, or somebody who's at the ticket gate. You just have to know the words "Eki stampo wa doku desu ka?" And you have to be ready with what they say. So you learn the words for left, right, or straight ahead, or outside the gate, inside the gate in Japanese. So, but if you ask them in English, there's a good chance they'll also respond to you in English. They are really good English speakers at the train station. So let's talk about the Eki stamps. I do have at least 2 copies of each Eki stamp because sometimes the Eki stamps are, or the stamps or the stamp pad, or sometimes the stamp pad doesn't have enough ink, so I need to press it press it harder in the second time I try, and then whichever has a better ink is okay. Sometimes I have a third one. For example, if a train station has a separate stamp pad or a stamp sheet, I'll get one, or the person at the gate the gate will hand it to me. So I'll have 3. So one here, one, and then another one here, and then another one here. I have a separate Eki stamp pad or a notebook, where I also keep the names of the train stations, but for this one I don't put the name. Let's start with this one. So this is from the Narita Airport Terminal 2. Let me just show it to you without the back showing. Oops, like this. Okay, so this is from the Narita Terminal 2. You see the train, and I'm not sure if that's Mount Fuji, but let's just say it's Mount Fuji. I'm not sure if that's Mount Fuji because the Narita is in Chiba Prefecture, and I'm not sure if you can see Mount Fuji from Chiba. I don't know. I'm stupid, so you should let me know in the comment section. By the way, of the many of the stations where I went to, I have stories to tell. If you want to know more about those train stations, just let me know in the comment section. The second one is from the Narita. Okay, so this one is from Narita Station of the JR line. You see an airplane there because Narita is the site for it's the entrance for many tourists, many returning Japanese. So the Narita International Airport is located there. A very controversial airport when it first was being planned. There's a very nice documentary. I'll put the name of the documentary in the comment section if you want to watch it. Oh, this one is not in Narita anymore. This one is from Kinchicho, in Sumida Ward, where I stayed. Sumida, I initially wanted to stay in Sumida because I wanted to do a Katsushika Hokusai Katsushika Hokusai pilgrimage, and most of his work were inspired by Sumida, including the Sumida River. So basically, Katsushika Hokusai, most of his work he did while he was in Sumida. I did a lot of stuff in Sumida connected to Katsushika Hokusai. If you're familiar with Katsushika Hokusai, of course, and if you're interested on watching those videos, just let me know in the comment section. But basically, if you're not familiar with Hokusai, maybe you're familiar with the Great Wave. So let me just show you. For example, maybe you've seen this wave, right? This is my Mac, and it's sporting a Great Wave case. I've seen a lot of great waves around, and I bought some of them in the two museums that I visited. I bought stuff, so I can also make videos, separate videos, or two-in-one video of the museums dedicated to the work and the life of Hokusai. Let me know in the comment section if you're interested. This is Akihabara Station. Didn't do much in Akihabara Station. I think that was just my transfer station going to where was I going? Ueno, I guess. Going to Ueno. And the next one is Ueno. This one is not the official Ueno Eki stamp. As you can see, it's from Detective Conan, and Detective Conan was doing a stamp rally. I was able to collect some. I also had 3 brochures for the Eki stamp rally. I don't have it now, but maybe later. Let me just get it. Maybe I can. Give me a moment. This is one of those brochures, and what you do is you visit the train stations where let's see, you visit the train stations where you can get the specific stamps. For this brochure, I said I had 3 brochures because this one is just for why did I get this brochure? Yeah, so this one is from Nagano. I'll show the Nagano one later. So I want all of my brochures to be perfect with no folds where there shouldn't be folds. So after getting one, I put them in the hotel, or I put them where I can keep them, and that's why I have 3. When I started, I already knew that I wouldn't be able to collect all of them, but yeah. So I have this one in a separate sheet. What else? Obviously this one. You don't see it, but you'll see it. You'll see it here. So this one is the first one from the Detective Conan that I was able to collect. This is from this is the official stamp from Ueno Station. And there's is that a panda? I'm not sure. Water lilies. I'm so sorry you don't see it that much. You don't see it well, but let's put something behind it. Maybe now you can see it. So that's the Eki stamp from Ueno. Behind it, again, from the Detective Conan. But this one is not from Ueno. This one is from Chiba. No, not Chiba. Sorry. This is from also from Ueno. Oh, where did I get the first one? Oh yeah. So this is from Akihabara, Ueno, and Ueno as well. Now this one is from Okachimachi. Okachimachi Station. I didn't actually do anything at Okachimachi. It was just my transfer station going to Chiba. So I can also make a video on my experience at the Chiba monorail if you want that. But the Chiba monorail is basically, well, I wanted to do it because I love trains, and the Chiba monorail is the longest suspended monorail in the world, so I had to experience it. Of course, I had to buy this ticket. It's the 1 day pass, or is it a 2 day pass? And you can buy it for 630 yen, and it grants you full access to the monorail wherever you want to go. No, it's an unlimited ride basically. And let me know if you want a separate video on the experience with the monorail. This is also from the Chiba monorail experience. When I first went to the first station, this is from the Chiba station. There were five stamps, so I just had to stamp them all. I initially thought that some of the stamps were the same, but when I looked at the facial expression of the monkey, this is the monkey, and that's their mascot, I guess. I realized they were all different, again from the Chiba station. So this is what I'm talking about. So one stamp, monkey, and then I thought this one's the same, and then I realized this one is doing a duck face. This one is surprised. Is my angle making you dizzy? I'm very sorry. And the red ones, I thought also that they had the same expression, but this one is just casually smiling, and while the other one is winking. Yes, this one is also from the monorail, but not at the Chiba station. This one is from the Chishi. I'm gonna murder the pronunciation. Chishirodai station of the Chiba monorail. Chishirodai. This one is also from Chiba, but from the Chiba Minato station. And I think it's a special stamp commemorating the Japanese Animation Sputz 2019. I don't know what animes were drawn with the Chiba as its setting, but yeah, I just had to stamp it. Maybe I'll watch those anime someday. I'll Google it. Let me know in the comment section if you know what animes. Oh, okay. This one is still from Chiba. But just like the previous stamp, this is from Chiba Minato. This is from Chiba Minato, but a special stamp. This one is the official Chiba Minato station of the Chiba monorail stamp. This one is from Hon Chiba. Hon means book. When I looked around, I could only see a book off. I did not see any other bookstores. Maybe there are, but I didn't actually have time to look around. I'm so sorry. Next time maybe. So Hon Chiba of the JR station. This one is Ryugoku. Just one station away from Kinchicho. There's a sumo wrestler on their stamp because Ryogoku is well, you'll see when you hop off the train from Ryogoku, you already see the sumo, the sumo culture there. There are sporting events of sumos. But I wasn't actually there for the sumos and sumo wrestling. I was there for the Sumida Hokusai Museum, which was a very interesting experience for me. I have a video, or I can make a video of it. Just let me know if you want to watch it. And just let me know in the comment section if you want a video on the Sumida Hokusai Museum. This one is from Asakusabashi. These are fireworks, I guess. Hanabi. Is Hanabi? Yeah, fireworks, right? Hanabi. This one is from Nippori. You see a cat with an N. That's Nippori. There's a musical note over here. Still Nippori, and you still see a cat. So I guess their mascot is a cat. So if Chiba has their monkey, the Nippori has their cat. Okay, so now this one is from Minami Senju. Minami Senju is not in Taito, but it's close enough to where I was staying in Taito. So that's where I usually hop in and hop off the train. Okay, now back to the Detective Conan stamp collection. This is from Tokyo Station, and this is the official stamp of the Tokyo Station. This one is not in Tokyo, but let me remind myself. Utsunomiya. These are gyozas. That's Shinkansen, another chain. I think this one is train going to Hakone. No, I'm not sure. No, that's not it. Cyclists and of course basketball. Utsunomiya, that's Utsunomiya. This is Nikko, so north of Tokyo, so outside Tokyo Prefecture already. This is Nikko. But this is a shrine. I also went to a lot of shrines and temples, so not just shrines but also temples. And during my visits, I make it a point to also collect other stamps called they're called Goshuins. This is my Goshuincho. Let me just show you. If you want a video about Goshuins, I can also make a video of it. Just let me know in the comment section if you're interested. So basically these are also stamps, but from shrines and temples, and you need a special notebook called Goshuincho, and it's usually handwritten, or you can buy it already made. I initially wanted just for handwritten ones. This one is already pre-made. So yeah, I'll show you the rest in a separate video. Let me know if you want that kind of video. So that's basically my other collection. By the way, this is the Great Wave from Katsushika Hokusai. And Mount Fuji, of course. Back to Eki stamps. Sorry about that. So Nikko, this one is oh wait, let me remind myself. But this one is still from the JR station. Still outside Tokyo, but this one is Nagano, and this is a Shinkansen. So I collect a lot of stuff. I'm collecting all sorts of stuff. These are the Shinkansen tickets that I have. And when you actually use Shinkansen, the time when you are about to leave the Shinkansen station, you're supposed to put this back and then you won't get it. But there's a way for you to keep it. You just present it and you say something and it gets stamped or it gets punched with a hole. And let me know if you want a video regarding that. These are not the only ones that I have. I also have this one. This is from the Hakone, and it's already punched with a hole and with stamps over here. And I have other tickets. Let me know if you want a video on how to keep this, because you definitely want to know how, because the second time you put this into a, what do you call that, into a gate, you won't be able to get it back. Nagano. So I already showed you the Nagano quad earlier. This one's from Nagano, and here they are. This one is bound for from what place was that in Nagano? For Obuse. Yeah, sorry. How could I forget Obuse? So this one is still in Nagano, but it's bound for Obuse, which is the next stamp. Okay, so Obuse is a really interesting place. Also, I really wanted to go to Obuse because of Katsushika Hokusai. When Katsushika Hokusai was 70, he finished his Mount Fuji views collection, which is that one that you see. So he actually made this. This is at ukiyo-e, or woodblock painting. So it's not really hand printed. But when he was 80 years old, he went to Obuse, where he perfected the wave. I also went to a museum where you can actually see the perfected waves. There are still the actual waves that he hand painted, not really an ukiyo-e anymore, when he was 80 years old, are still there. And there are also these. If you want a video on these, just let me know. There's another one. I can't show it to you now because I don't have a postcard of it. Oh, I do have a postcard of it. Wait a minute. Somewhere here. I do have a postcard of it. If you want a video on Obuse, just let me know. If you want Katsushika Hokusai, everything or everywhere you can go, if you want to learn more about Katsushika Hokusai's life and works, just let me know. This is a chestnut. I also ate chestnuts at Obuse because they're famous for their chestnuts. This is the Shinkansen bound for Odawara, and this is the stamp you get when you visit Odawara. And Odawara is between Shin-Yokohama and Atami. That's why you see their names there. There's another Odawara stamp here. So this is also Odawara, and that's the Odawara Castle. I was able to see it at night. When I was there, I was the only one, except for other person. I was the only one looking around. Odawara is nice at night. There aren't many people, but maybe I was just there at the right time. Still the Odawara Castle, because this is from Odawara as well. Now this one is not Odawara anymore. This is Hakone Yumoto, bound for Hakone. This is, you can already get this. It's actually a 2-day pass, so you have to pay for the 2-day pass if you want to go there. There's no 1-day pass, so there's only 2 days and 3 days. So a 2-day pass and a 3-day pass if you want to full experience of Hakone. You can ride this for free with a pass. This one is also from Hakone Yumoto. I actually have 3 stamps from Hakone Yumoto. The first one is this one, the second is this one, the third one is this one, Hakone Yumoto. Hakone is also an onsen town, onsen city, so there's a onsen here. Now this one is from Gora. I really like my experience in Gora. I tasted rose flavored ice cream. I was really surprised by the taste. I actually wasn't really planning to go to Gora at first, but I had packed lunch. I did not eat at a local restaurant. I just went to this Gora Park. It's called Gora Park, and I can enter with my Hakone free pass. There's an entrance of the park, and you see flowers, and there are restaurants and ice cream parlors inside. I tried the ice cream, rose flavored ice cream, and I was really surprised by the taste. So this is Gora. Sorry, you don't see the print that much, but I have it here as well. Again, the Gora station, and these are trains that you can also hop on from Gora, and I have a video of that. Just let me know if you want a video of that. This is the Hakone Ropeway, but this is from the Zonzan station, and it looks like this. This is because this is also the Hakone Ropeway, but the Uwakudani station. And the Togendai station. The Togendai station, after you hop off from the Togendai station, you can go to the cruise, sightseeing cruise, and which I also recommend that you do. It's just I guess 20 minutes if I remember it right. And then you can go to this Moto Hakone. It's just a short walk to the shrine where I also visited and got my Goshuin. Remember the Goshuin, yeah? And then this one is, let me recall where this is from, because this one is not from Hakone anymore. This is from Shin Osaka. Shin Osaka is New Osaka, and that's the Shinkansen. This is from Osaka. At the Osaka station, you get a separate snap sheet as well, just like this one from the Kokora station. You also get this one. So now I have this, the one here, and the one here. So the Osaka, let me just put away the other snap sheet. So that's the Shin, no, not the Shin Osaka, the Osaka station. And let's take a look at what the Osaka station has. Sorry, I don't know what these are, but yeah, that's the Osaka station. Again, also I don't know what these ones are, but this is Shin Imamiya. Everything I did near Shin Imamiya did not involve any of these. There's an elephant. What is this? Oh no, sorry. Maybe someday Shin Imamiya I'll discover what's around. This is Kyobashi, Also, I did not do anything at Kyobashi, but those are high-rise buildings in Kyobashi. Oh, this one I definitely visited. This is Nozaki. I went to Nosaki Canon, um, and got my Goshuin as well. I initially thought that I was gonna visit there to see Ryunosuke Akutagawa's grave. Apparently, I was duped by the internet. His grave is actually in Tokyo, not in Osaka. But oh, I bought something at Nosaki Canon, so it wasn't a trip for nothing. So I enjoyed Nosaki Canon. This one is from Ashiharabashi. Ashiharabashi. Also, I didn't do anything at Ashiharabashi. It was just my transfer station. Oh no, what is this from? Let me recall. Yeah. Okay, so how could I forget Namba? You see Dotonbori here. Dotonbori. Namba is populated area. Many tourists. It's popular place for tourists, maybe. I went to a cinema. I initially wanted to go to Toho Cinemas, but they weren't offering movies with English subtitles, or maybe English movies. There were English movies, but they were dubbed in Japanese. So I went to Namba Park Cinemas, where I did not have any choice but to watch a Marvel movie. I did not want to watch a Marvel movie, but well, I had no other choice. The other one that had English subtitles was the second movie of Gundam from 1988, I guess, 1988. But I did not. I was not familiar with the first movie, so I did not watch that. I would have watched it if I were familiar with the first movie. But yeah, so I just watched a Marvel movie, which was okay. I was glad that I watched it. I hate Disney and I hate Marvel because of everything that it's doing. Disney isn't paying their women animators right. So as much as possible, I try to avoid Disney. But I'm also trying to collect cinema tickets. So just for that one day, I just said, okay, I'll make an exception. In Thunderbolts, I'm glad that I made that decision to watch it. It's a really nice movie. This is from Kyoto. Not initially in my plans. I was originally going to Amano Hashidate, but I did not have time. I overslept. And when I overslept, I said, oh yeah, okay. I just sour graped. I said, yeah, if I go to Amano Hashidate, I'd have to pay more compared to if I want to go to Kyoto. So I went to Kyoto, and I'm glad I did. I visited 2 sites in Kyoto. This one is from the Fushimi Inari Shrine. This is from the Inari station. So I'm glad I visited Kyoto. I also bought stuff at the Inari or the Fushimi Inari Shrine. This one is from Uji. Uji is famous for its matcha. It's also the setting of the last 10 chapters of the Tale of Genji. Of course, you know the Tale of Genji as one of the first novels in the world. And its author, Murasaki Shikibu, not her real name though, but that author Murasaki Shikibu, is the first woman to be internationally known as an author of a novel. So it's an interesting place. Let me know if you want a video on Uji. I have stuff on Uji. I visited the Tale of Genji Museum. I ate matcha, not hardcore matcha tea, but just tame matcha and an ice cream. But and I also visited I also crossed the historical bridge over there. It's a reconstruction of the bridge, but still, it's a nice experience. Okay, so this one is not in Uji anymore, but this is from Kokura. You already saw it from here. This is from the Kokura station. This was just a transfer station for me. I didn't actually do anything at Kokura because I was going to tada Beppo. This is Beppo's stamp. Beppo is known for its 7 hells, Jigoku no Beppo. I also visited the Jigoku no Beppo sites, and it was interesting. They also had a stamp rally, which I completed. I'm glad. Let me know if you want a video on the Jigoku no Beppo. But basically, I can show you. I did put the Jigoku no Beppo stamps here, but I have them here. So you go to these stations, Chinoike, Jigoku. This one is I think Umi Jigoku, where you can see a geyser. This is another station where you can see big fishes in aquariums. I'm sorry that they're there. I did not really enjoy it that much because it's well, a sad place for the fish to be in. Another Jigoku where they can also keep crocodiles. I'm sorry, crocodiles, you're also there. This one is just a stamp for Jigoku where you can have a foot bath. In this Jigoku I ate egg cooked from a steam from the Jigoku. If these are all confusing to you, just let me know if you want a video on it. And I'll definitely post it. But basically the Jigokus are like a steam. It's hell. So Jigoku means hell in Japanese. So they say it's hell because, well, it's steamy, right? Kind of like, for example, if you're from Bicol, you know, what's that place again? It starts with the letter M. Magneto. And the Magneto is kind of like a Jigoku in the Japanese sense. So it's an interesting place, Beppo. This is the dance. This is from the Mihara station. This is the Mihara Yasa dance. Didn't see it actually, but there was a statue just outside the Beppo station. Oh, okay. So this one is from Miyajima Gucci. So, well, you can go to Miyajima Gucci from Beppo, but you would have to first go to Hiroshima, I guess. This is Miyajima Gucci. I'm sorry you don't see the stamp that well, but this is Tori. And Miyajima Gucci is your way to Miyajima. Miyajima is where you can see the Itsukushima Shrine. There are deers roaming around just like in Nara. I have a video of a deer harassing me for food. Let me know if you want that video. This place is famous for their oyster. So I was eating an oyster curry bread, and a deer just approached me asking for food. Maybe that deer really likes oyster. And I also tried Hiroshima Cola because, well, if you know me, you know I like soft drinks. You can go to Miyajima Island through this boat. What is this? I forgot what this is, but this is Okayama. No, not Okayama, sorry. Shinhakushima. This is Shinhakushima. I didn't do anything there, that's why I forgot. I'm very sorry. This is the Okayama. And I think this is Anpanman. I don't know. I'm not sure. There was another Anpanman that I skipped in another station because I said, oh, I don't know what this is. So this is Okayama. And I think this is Okayama Castle. There's a crane. Didn't do anything at the Okayama site really, so I skipped it. This is Matsuyama. Matsuyama is in Shikoku, so the Japan nation has four main islands: Honshu, Kyushu. Honshu is where Tokyo is. Kyushu, Hokkaido is kind of like their Batanes, the north, and then Shikoku. Shikoku is where Matsuyama is. Matsuyama is famously the site of Natsume Sosuke's novel Botchan, which I really love. Well, the tone of the writing is kind of like J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye. I really like that very short novel, just 11 chapters. And but this isn't connected. Maybe this is connected to the novel. This is Dogo Onsen, which is said to be one of the inspirations for the onsen in Spirited Away. And in the novel, there are times when they go to an onsen. The place Matsuyama isn't really explicitly mentioned in the novel. So are the onsen. I forgot if the onsens were mentioned. But yeah, there are multiple times when they went to an onsen, and Dogo Onsen could be one of those onsens. And yep, I guess that's it. I was initially planning to go to Shimunada, but maybe someday. Thank you very much. It's been a long video, 41 minutes. I'm very sorry for the very, very long introduction on what I have here as a collection. Let me know if you're interested to learn about the other places that I mentioned and other collectibles for you. Thank you very much for staying this long in the video. Enjoy your day, and if you want to visit Japan, just send me a message. Bye.